Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a world that's really well known for its, let's say, sheer complexity.
And it's competition, right? Fierce competition.
Exactly, and this incredibly dedicated global community. We're talking about Dota 2, and you've given us this, well, really comprehensive guide to its gameplay and strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So, our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear.
Mm.
We want to cut through what people always call Dota 2's steep learning curve.
Yeah, you hear that a lot.
We really want to unpack the core stuff, the elements that make it such a profoundly deep and strategic game.
Right.
The goal isn't just like a summary. It's to give you a clear, accessible understanding. We want to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge without making your head spin. So, yeah, let's explore this incredible universe.
Well, the first thing that jumps out is that Dota 2 is a MOBA, a multiplayer online battle arena game. And the guide mentions its rich history and complex gameplay. And if you know MOBAs, you know that signals a pretty significant strategic undertaking. It's
Right.
full of challenges, definitely, but also huge rewards if you really get into it.
Okay, so with that kind of high-level challenge set, let's drill down. Let's get to the absolute bedrock,
Yeah.
the core objective.
Okay.
At its heart, it's simple, right? Two teams, the Radiant and the Dire. They fight to destroy the other team's Ancient. That's this big structure deep in their base. Seems straightforward.
It seems it.
But what makes that one goal so tricky in practice? What are those immediate complexities?
Well, that's where the sheer scale hits you. You've got over 120 unique heroes, over 120.
Wow.
And every single one has their own abilities, playstyle, and role. So even before the match starts, just picking heroes and building a team, that's already immense strategic depth right there. It's like, the first layer.
And the real strategic depth, as we've gathered, often comes from the details that seem small at first.
Definitely.
So beyond picking your hero, you're always grabbing items.
Mm.
You buy them with gold, they boost your hero's abilities, their attributes.
Standard RPG stuff, yeah.
But the really fascinating mechanic, almost hypnotic, for getting that gold and experience is last-hitting enemy creeps. You know those little computer guys?
The bread and butter.
And here's the real twist, the strategic bit.
Mm.
You can also deny your own creeps. Hit them when they're low health so the enemy doesn't get gold or experience.
That's huge. Denying is. It's fundamental.
Yeah, it's not just a minor thing. It's like this silent economic war happening constantly on the map. Every successful deny is like a tiny strategic win, slowly starving your opponent.
Exactly. Resource denial.
Okay, so you've got the objective, these core mechanics. How do you actually jump into this world? We found there are a few main game modes.
Right.
There's ult pick. That's your standard mode. Everyone picks their hero. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, most common.
Then you have captain's mode. Sounds intense. Team captains strategically ban heroes, then pick heroes.
Oh, it is. It's a whole different level.
It's not just picking your favorite then. It's like chess before the fighting starts, anticipating the other team, counterpicking.
Precisely. You're trying to outdraft them, gain an edge before anyone even spawns.
And for folks who like a bit of chaos.
Yeah. There's all random. Heroes are just randomly assigned. Good luck.
Okay, so that immediately brings up the question. Once you're actually in the game, what happens? The guide talks about distinct roles heroes play. Understanding these seems key.
Absolutely key. You
Yeah.
can't win without understanding roles. You've got the carry, first off. Think of them as the team's late-game insurance policy, the big damage dealer.
Okay.
But they're often weak early. So their whole game is about patience, about farming. Just methodically killing creeps for gold and experience, building up items to hit their power spike.
So if the carry is busy farming, who's protecting them,
Yeah.
making space?
Good question. That's where the support role shines. They provide utility, protection, and healing. They often sacrifice their own farm, their own gold to make sure the carry gets strong and the team stays safe. It's a very symbiotic relationship.
Okay.
Then you have the offlane hero, usually tougher, designed to absorb damage and initiate team fights. Your front line, basically.
The tank.
Sort of, yeah, or initiator. And finally, the mid lane hero, often heroes with big ability, power, and damage. They duel one-on-one in the middle lane and often become playmakers, roaming around the map to influence other lanes.
So these roles, they're really critical. What happens strategically if a team doesn't balance these roles? Or if players just ignore them? Can you give an example of how that messes things up?
Oh, easily. Imagine you try to run, say, 5 carries. Everyone wants to be the star, right?
Yeah, sounds fun for about 5 minutes.
Exactly. You'll be incredibly weak early on. No one's placing wards for vision, no one's healing, no one can reliably start a fight. You'll just get run over before your powerhouses actually get powerful.
Right.
It really hammers home that point. Coordination and teamwork are essential in Dota 2. One hero doesn't win the game. It's always the team effort.
And as these teams are putting themselves together, coordinating, the game isn't just one long brawl, is it? There are different phases, key concepts that define the flow.
Correct. It evolves.
You start in the lane phase. That's the early game. Heroes mostly stick to their lanes, focus on that farming gold and experience we talked about, setting themselves up.
Exactly. And what's cool is how these phases flow together. It shows how dynamic the game is. From that early farming, you pretty quickly see teams start ganking.
Gank.
Yeah, heroes leaving their assigned lane to go attack enemy heroes somewhere else, turning small advantages into kills, into pressure. Strategic ambushes, basically.
Okay.
And then these ganks, these smaller fights, they often escalate. They build into team fights, which the material rightly calls large-scale battles between teams, often decisive in determining the game's outcome.
So it's this constant shift, individual farming, small group fights, then these huge make-or-break clashes.
Precisely. From micro-level last-hitting to macro-level strategic battles.
And, as these intense battles play out, it's clear this isn't just a game people play. It's way bigger. There's this massive esports and community side to Dota 2.
Oh, absolutely. It's huge.
The international really stands out. It's described as the premier Dota 2 tournament, featuring the best teams from around the world. The scale of that event is just mind-boggling.
It really shows the depth of the competitive scene, and we also learned about the Dota Pro Circuit, the DPC. It's a whole series of tournaments and leagues making up the pro season.
Right.
It shows how organized and, frankly, how big the pro scene is. It gives aspiring players a real path.
And it's not only for the absolute top tier, right? There's a large and active community, loads of streamers, YouTubers, content creators. It really feels like a living, breathing world around the game itself.
Totally. Constantly evolving, new strategies, new content all the time.
Okay, now, for anyone listening who's maybe thinking, wow, this sounds cool but really intimidating, let's talk about that steep learning curve directly. Let's look at the tips for beginners we found.
Yeah, that's important because it is complex. But the main thing to remember, and the guide says this too, is that with practice and patience, players can improve and enjoy the game's depth and strategy.
So it's not impossible.
Not at all. It's a journey, right? It keeps revealing more layers the deeper you go.
And the tips give some solid starting points. First, start with beginner-friendly heroes. They even list some, like Ursa, Phantom Assassin, and Crystal Maiden.
Good choices. They help you learn core mechanics without too many complex buttons to press initially.
Yeah, it gives you a clear entry point. Second, really focus on last hitting. We keep coming back to this, but it's vital to master earning gold and experience. It's the economy of the game.
Absolutely fundamental. Can't stress it enough.
And finally, it really bangs the drum for communication with your team. Because, like we said, coordination and teamwork are essential. You just can't win alone in Dota 2.
Nope. It's a team game through and through. So what we've really uncovered today is just how deep Dota 2 goes. The strategy is immense. You've got this huge pool of heroes, over 120, each unique. You've got items, roles, tricky mechanics like last hitting and denying. Then there's the flow of the game itself, the laning, the ganking, those massive team fights. It's constantly shifting.
And all of that is wrapped up in this huge esports scene and this passionate global community. It really shows how much people are drawn to this kind of collaborative challenge.
Definitely.
That's right. You came here wanting to get up to speed quickly, but, properly. And while Dota 2 is complex, no doubt about it, hopefully this deep dive gives you a really solid foundation.
Right, a good starting point.
You now know the main goal, the different roles, how a typical game flows,